The last 12 months have not always been easy for Johanna Konta, but spending time at home has clearly helped to lift her spirits. While the British number one has a long way to go before she can think of emulating her run to last year's Wimbledon semi-finals, she got her latest All-England club campaign off to a good start here on Tuesday by beating Russia's Natalia Vikhlyantseva 7-5, 7-6. Victory was no less than Konta should have expected against the world number 103, but as Sloane Stephens and Elina, the number 4 and number 5 seeds respectively, had discovered 24 hours earlier, the early rounds on Wimbledon's lush grass can be a dangerous place. Konta struck the ball well from the start, served consistently and held firm despite a late wobble. When her chances came, the 27-year-old Briton generally took them in emphatic fashion. Wimbledon opened its doors on Monday for the 2018 championship. SW19 was baked in glorious sunshine from the get-go. The usual offerings were on show as fans flooded into Wimbledon. But a police presence was also on show to remind everyone that safety remains at the forefront of preparations at the tournament. March Cilic got off to a winning start as the 2017 finalist defeated Yoshihito Nishioka. Britain's Harriet Dart captured the imagination of the fans on day one in a battling but unsuccessful effort against Karolina Pliskova. U.S. Open champion Sloane Stephens proved one of the major casualties early on as she lost to Donna Vekic. Roger Federer got proceedings underway on center court against Dusan Lajovic. Milos Raonic defeated Britain's Liam Broady on court number 1. Federer breezed through his opening match by beating Lajovic 6-1, 6-3, 6-4. Wimbledon opened its doors on Monday for the 2018 championship. SW19 was baked in glorious sunshine from the get-go. The usual offerings were on show as fans flooded into Wimbledon. But a police presence was also on show to remind everyone that safety remains at the forefront of preparations at the tournament. March Cilic got off to a winning start as the 2017 finalist defeated Yoshihito Nishioka. Britain's Harriet Dart captured the imagination of the fans on day one in a battling but unsuccessful effort against Karolina Pliskova. U.S. Open champion Sloane Stephens proved one of the major casualties early on as she lost to Donna Vekic. Roger Federer got proceedings underway on center court against Dusan Lajovic. Milos Raonic defeated Britain's Liam Broady on court number 1. Federer breezed through his opening match by beating Lajovic 6-1, 6-3, 6-4. In the second round she will face Slovakia's Dominika Sablikova, who beat Elise Cornet 7-6, 6-1. Sablikova, the world number 33, missed out on a seeding here when the All-England club promoted Serena Williams above her world ranking. First rounds are always tricky, Konta said after her victory. Both players were trying to find their footing and to find the level that they want to play. The conditions were quite tricky. It was very breezy and dusty and that definitely didn't make it easy on us. Broady grateful for All-England club support amid ongoing LTA dispute in the first round of a slam, and for me at Wimbledon, there are definitely some nerves there, but I enjoyed every second of it. For however long I was going to be out there, I made sure that every second I was out there I would fight hard for every point. She added, I think I stayed very tough out there. It wasn't easy. There were points and parts of the match where I didn't make the right decisions. Konta reached number 4 in the world rankings in the wake of her performances here last summer, which were the best by a British woman for 39 years, but had slipped to number 9 by the end of 2017 and has fallen even further since. After making early exits at the Australian and French Opens and failing to defend her Miami Open title, she arrived here as the world number 24. The last month, nevertheless, has seen Konta find her best form of the year. She reached her first final for 12 months in Nottingham and took Caroline Wozniacki, the eventual champion, to 3 sets in Eastbourne last week. Konta in action during the first set, Reuters. While Konta insists that she is never too concerned about the prospect of defending ranking points, this could be a significant fortnight in her career. Had she lost in the first round, she would probably have dropped out of the world's top 40 at the end of the tournament. Vikhlyantseva won one match on her Grand Slam debut in Australia last year but has lost in the opening round of every subsequent Grand Slam event. However, the 21-year-old proved her ability on grass when she reached her only two-level final at Bush last summer. The 6'1" Russian has a potent serve, though she paid a high price here for 9 double faults. She also packs a powerful punch with her ground strokes, but her less-than-fluid movement leaves her vulnerable when on the run. At the start of a glorious day on court, Konta had the first chance to break serve at 3-3 after 2 double faults by Vikhlyantseva, but the Russian responded in emphatic fashion. Breakpoint, she hit a thumping forehand winner down the line and went on to hold serve with a wrong-footing forehand which left Konta on her hands and knees. 4 games later, Vikhlyantseva again got into trouble with a pair of double faults, and this time she was unable to rescue the situation. At 0-40, Konta went on the attack and forced her opponent into a backhand error. Vikhlyantseva pushed Konta hard in the second set. By the time Konta went 40-0 up at 6-5, the Briton had won 11 points in a row. Vikhlyantseva stopped the rot by saving the first set point, but on the second Konta hit a service winner. Konta kept up the pressure in the first game of the second set, breaking serve with a forehand cross-court return winner. At 4-3, the Briton had 2 chances for a second break, but Vikhlyantseva saved both of them with big forehand winners. Having not had to defend a single break point in her previous 9 service games, the Briton suddenly went 0-40 down when she served at 4-3. Vikhlyantseva made errors on her first 2 break points, but on the third Konta hit a forehand beyond the baseline. 2 games later, Konta got into more trouble, mostly of her own making. Subtlety is not the Briton's strongest suit, and she paid the penalty for 2 poor attempts at drop shots. She held firm on 2 set points, nevertheless, forcing Vikhlyantseva into mistakes on both occasions. Konta went 6-2 up in the tie-break, only for Vikhlyantseva to save 4 match points. On the fourth, Konta served a double fault but recovered to hit a service winner and then convert her 5th match point with a winning volley. Konta said the backing of her home crowd had been incredible. She added, "I love being at home, I love playing at home, all the way from playing at Nottingham to Birmingham to Eastbourne to here. I love every second of it." Follow The Independent Sport on Instagram here, for all of the best images, videos and stories from around the sporting world.